Hello. Well, I'm hoping that the internet will be kind to me and actually work tonight. But hello, it's me, Key. Let me know if the audio's too loud or anything, or if it's just perfect. But yeah, hello. It's been a while since I guess did a stream where I was drawing, I think. Yeah, I guess it has been. But like lately I've been like dealing with like stream issues, but it's not the stream, it's the freaking internet connection, and I'm just hopeful that the internet connection tonight will be fine. We're gonna aim for a 2-hour stream today. Um, let me switch to my chatting screen. Hello! So yeah, aiming for a 2-hour stream tonight. We're gonna be working on my Komahina bunny boy page, for my upcoming. Oh wait. 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 It's working. Guys, I don't understand. I'm really scared, you know, because tomorrow morning I'm planning to redo the interview stream with Snow, and like, I hate that I can't guarantee that my internet connection is strong enough, or like there's no streaming issues. Like, I don't know why sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. It's really frustrating on my side, and I get that it's like really frustrating on your side too, because you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch a stream, and then suddenly it's like, no, we don't know what's going on. I really hope that tomorrow's stream won't have any issues with Snow, because like I felt really bad. If you didn't know, I'll just talk about it a little bit, but I had an interview with Snow planned in the weekend. It's flickering, god damn it. Laggy a little. That's so strange, because like my upload speed be fine. I don't know why it's just like terrible. Okay, I'm deleting my tweet. No one on Twitter will know. Am I here? You know, at this point, it's like, I don't even know. Am I alive? Sorry guys, on the stream, it really is like a gamble. It really is Komahina. You get the bad luck and the good luck. You never know if the stream's gonna work or not. But I think, at least for this moment, the stream is running. Right? I don't even know what to trust anymore. Are we alive? The reason why, actually I wanted to live stream right now is because I wanted to test if the stream was gonna work. Like, I feel like it's a day-to-day challenge of whether it works or not. Am I live now? Because hopefully I am. We are? Okay. Okay, everybody pray. Pray, everybody, please. Please pray for our stream. Let's pray and believe in Komahina to bring us a good internet connection. Alright, well, before the stream dies again, I guess I should just tell you guys, if you are interested in this bunny design zine that I'm working on for a bunch of Danganronpa characters, I'm hoping currently that I can release it in time for Easter this year. Originally I was hoping to release it in January or February, but that hasn't happened. So I'm almost near the end of like completing all the artwork I have to do. So I've got my hopes up that by April I'll be ready to release the zine for sale. If that's something you are interested in purchasing, I would really greatly appreciate it. But yeah, today, if the stream will work, I will be drawing the Komahina page that will be part of this scene. So the female cast generally has one page per character. And it's very design focused rather than illustration. Although it is a nice piece of artwork anyway, I think. But yeah, the Komahina page is more like an extra page, so they will be on the same page together. Yeah. But if you are interested, I don't know how much the zine will cost at the moment. But basically, people who are supporting me on Patreon, they get to see all the art anyway, so... What are with all the animal emotes right now? What are you guys doing? Anyway, I guess you don't want to wait anymore. You don't want to wait anymore because we never know if the stream will die again. So let's hurry up and head over to the art screen, because that's what you all came for anyway. Wow! Oh my gosh! Are you guys seeing this? Is the stream alive to see this right now? Like, whoa! What the heck? Can you see the screen? Yeah. Wow. Oh, steamy. No. So, this scene is not gonna be it's not going to contain any explicit not safe for work artwork. If I had to describe it, it's more like more pinup, but even not even pinup-y. It's more, again, more design focused than anything. But these extra pages are more just like a cute little picture that won't go too in depth about like the design choices. But yeah, the last time I tried this stream, I couldn't come up with a design for Komahina. So off stream, I have drawn this up, which is kind of like I couldn't decide whether I wanted him to have like a really like edgy and like you know, BDSM looking kind of outfit, or like a plain bunny boy or something. But I decided to give him a more like delicate look, I guess. It's softer and it's kind of cute. It's fluffy, like his hair and everything. So this is the design that I'm going for with him, and I hope you guys do like it, because I think it's cute anyway. It, like, from the last stream, people were like, oh yeah, put him in lingerie. I hope I hope this is like bordering like the sensuality, but also like kind of spicy, but also it's pretty kind of like barrier or whatever. And Hinata's getting this kind of like boring look, honestly. Like, it's very plain. But he do have like the strap harness thing, so you know that's good. It emphasizes his boob. But yeah, this will end up being a page in the zine, so look forward to that. And if you do decide to purchase it, most of the pages are gonna be my artwork, but I do have 20 lovely guest artists. If you haven't seen yet, let me see if I can quickly bring that up. My visual. No, I can't. Here we go. So, if you would like to know who the guest artists are and you didn't see the announcement, you should go follow DR Bunnyzine on Twitter. That's where you can get updates whenever I think about posting them. But here are the first 10 guests. There may be some familiar faces to you. But yeah, all of these guests will be providing a artwork of either their own design or a little drawing of one of my designs, and they look really good. So definitely purchase the zine upon release so you can go check them out. And then here is the second page of guest artists. Yeah, I hope you guys recognize some of them. Normally a zine I don't think should have this many guest artists, but I couldn't help it, so there we go. A special treat for you. But yeah. Okay, you guys are like, Khee, can you just like hurry up and draw Komahina now? I'm like, okay guys, like it's okay. I'll get there. We'll get there. We're getting there. So I couldn't decide whether Komahina should have a leash or not. My concept here, I think, is like lace and leather, or lace and leashes. So that's what I'm going for. But yeah, we're just gonna redraw over the sketch and then add some colors in, and then call it a night. I'm gonna try to speed run this. So yeah, obviously Komahina does the lace bunny, and people be like, so why did you choose these? And I'm like, well, firstly, I'm biased. I really like Komahina, and I really like Hinata, and I really like Komahina. So, you know, they're on a page together. But yeah. Why are they dressed like this? It's a bunny zine, and I want them to be pretty. And that's like pretty much that's all the motivation you need, really. Also, I just have like this OST playing randomly, but it's like playing the same song over and over again, and I hope that's not like annoying. I just can't be bothered to switch music right now. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the zine, or for me, or well, Twinkle is here. Twinkle is one of the guest artists. Do I draw on a mouse or stylus? I use a tablet. I am actually using a Wacom Cintiq tablet to draw right now. So not a mouse, but a graphic tablet. I would say you don't really need a screen tablet. Like, when I first got into digital art, I just used like a really a pretty cheap, like, not Wacom. I don't even know what the brand was. But I just used a normal drawing tablet, and that served me fine. My next tablet was a Wacom Intuos Pro, because I needed it for university. I don't know if I want to draw him like with his eyes closed or like slightly like open. I can't decide right now. I'm gonna draw it on a different layer. Hajime looks sad because he's not getting lace. Oh, I think he's more shy right now because Komahina's playing with his tie. Draw seductive eyes. Anyway, I need a sorry, I'm like concentrating so hard I'm not reading the chat. Okay, give me a sec. Let me read the chat for a bit. Will there be multiple characters on a page? So for the most part, it's just one character per page, with more like design notes. I can show you because I have done a public stream for my Kirigiri and Junko pages, so I can show you those as like a look-see of what you can expect to see in this zine, if I can find it. So this is the Junko page, and this is the Kyoko page. So for most of this scene, the artwork is gonna look like this. It's like one full body picture, and then some like a little sketch, and also a little chibi, just so you can get like a full look at my design concept for each female character. But yeah, I hope you guys are interested in that. And why are Komahina on the same page? Because they are a bonus. So there are some bonus pages which will have two characters on the same page, but it will not go into detail about the design concept. That might be included in like a extra PDF or something, but not in the main scene itself. But yeah. If you like bunny girls, or if you like to see my design work in terms of like fashion and stuff like that, I would hope that you want to check out my zine when it releases. And yeah, thank you. But yeah, that's all you get to see for free. Also, yes, Snow, I am live right now. We did have a bit of a stream issue at the beginning, but right now the stream seems to be working okay. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm gonna stream for like an hour and a half more at most, and then I will go to bed so that I have energy for our interview tomorrow morning, where I'll be waking up at like 6 a.m. So if you didn't know, I hope you guys will be able to make it to the second attempt at my interview stream with Snow. I hope that you guys will come and support us. I really gotta thank Snow for being able to like being okay with me and my like internet issues and like, you know, adjusting times and rescheduling everything, you know. I wasn't feeling happy after it crashed the first time. I felt really bad. I had to take a nap afterwards. I had like a little depression sleep. I had a little disappointment nap because of like the problems that went wrong on my side, even though it was out of my control. Like, I don't know. I felt like I let everyone who was watching down, and I felt like I let Snow down as well for like not being able to have like a functioning stream. And I felt so bad about it. I really wish like I could have just like a working, reliable stream, you know? Sometimes a miracle happens and there's no issues at all, and sometimes there's just no way to fix it. And it's those times that make me just kind of sad. Because I love streaming and I love being able to talk to people while I do fun things, I guess. Play games or drawing. Like, drawing and playing games can be very solitary experiences, you know? That's partly why I haven't continued my AI Somnium Files Let's Play in a while, because I've like, that was the first Let's Play that I did, and although I really enjoy it, I think it's a good Let's Play. I haven't finished it yet. It's just like, I don't like editing it because I have to like edit it during my free hours after work, and it ends up taking like a whole week just to get an episode out. And like, I don't know, I've started to stream more since I did that. And I just really like the, you know, instant feedback you can get from an audience. I really like having banter in that sense. Even if like maybe a VOD watcher might be like, oh, there's so much like time where Khee doesn't like get on with it. But like, to me, I think like being able to interact with people as an experience is much more fulfilling for me than recording by myself and then editing by myself and then uploading it and hoping people will watch it, like, because you put in like a week's work worth of effort, right? And you're like, if nobody watches this, I feel like why did I spend so much time? But when you're streaming and you have like even a little audience, it's nice to be like, oh, I'm not doing this alone right now. Can you make Nagito hold a teacup with the pinky out? It's fine if you don't wanna. I'm not sure it would fit the theme that I'm going for. Like, nothing else is tea related. Unless I give him like a little stand with like a teapot or something with like cookies or something there next to it. Otherwise, like, a teacup is kind of out of place. So I'll think about it, but the theme isn't tea. But thank you for the suggestion. Like, that's another thing. Like, when you're drawing and you guys have like little suggestions, I'm like, oh, thank you so much for I don't know, being interested in contributing to my work process and everything. Anyway, he's wearing like sheer stockings or something like that. Because I was like, well, the foot of a rabbit is considered lucky, right? And this isn't a foot thing or anything, but I'm like, I mean, he's, you know, lucky, so I think there should be a foot. You should see the foot. So, you know, don't get weird about it, okay, guys? You know what? I can start the Q&A function. Any questions? Alright, if you would like to ask a question, there's like a Q&A function up right now, and I'll be able to see your questions in a designated area. Apple versus bananas? I can't say I've had an apple in a while, but I have had bananas more. What do I like more though? Hard to say. I think I've definitely eaten more bananas in my life than I have apples, though. Lately, if I had to choose between an apple and a pear, I think I would prefer a pear. Like, I used to not want to eat pears when I was a kid, but I think it's like the nashi pear or something. I really like nashi pears. They're yummy. They're juicy. And with a banana, if it goes like too ripe, you can make banana milkshakes. You can't really do too much with a apple. Apart from like apple pies and whatever, but we don't make apple pies. So I think if it's a competition between apple and banana, I would vote for banana. I hope that was an interesting answer for you. Do you use reference photos to design outfits? You know what? For this scene, not really. Let me take a look. I'm not gonna open them, but unless they've been like unless they've been like a kimono inspired or like something with something else other than just a bunny suit kind of design. Not really. Most of this is coming from my brain. So yeah. Thank you for your question. Macarena. Tired Cloud. Can I eat Nagito? That's reserved for Hinata, so I'm gonna have to say no. You know, like, I don't make the rules, so... Cartoon Crusader. What part of Jabberwock Island would you take Nagito to on a date? You know, I was gonna say, like, Nezumi Castle, cause, you know, rat castle, like, I'm a rat, like, you know, only makes sense. But, you know, there is that fear that, the ride might break down while we're on it together or something like that. You know, every location though could be a little bit dangerous in some way. If I had to pick though, you know what? Maybe the beach in chapter 2 that the girls were gonna have like their little date on. Cause they never really get to hang out at that beach. Maybe we could like spend some time there, because I don't think anybody really spends time there. So it's still a beach, but at least it'll be like slightly different from the beach on the first island. Or the main one. Either that or let's go to the Titty Typhoon. I think that would be fun. Komahina would enjoy the library, but I don't read, so... You know, he has to make some compromises for me as well. My compromise is that I put my life in danger. I hope that was a funny answer for you. Thank you. Um, 4VXXXXRYX. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that. How are you so talented? Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. I don't know. I guess I just have been drawing a long time. And I enjoy what I do, you know? I wouldn't have made a bunny zine if I wasn't, like, if I didn't think bunny outfits were kind of cute. So, I'm having fun working on this zine, and I think that's like part of my overall, like, I don't know, what I aim to do. Like, my art in general, I don't really care to render a whole bunch. I really prefer ideas and like getting sketches out rather than full-blown illustration work. Even though like I can do illustrations like rendered and stuff, but even then like I prefer ideas just in general. So I don't know. I think it's just like it doesn't have to be drawing, right? Any skill that you want to improve in, you just gotta find a way that it is fun for you to work on. I think. At least that's how I like to approach drawing. Because I draw for my job too. And I feel like for my hobby and outside of work, I just wanna draw things that make me happy. Or like are fun for me. I don't wanna think or like create masterpieces of like artwork. I just wanna have fun. And not take it too seriously. But as in like how did I get to my current skill level? I'm not a master at art or anything either. But you know, I have been drawing for many years. So you just gotta do it. Just gotta draw. Learn from life. You know, my anatomy is probably still not the best, but sometimes it's about the feeling rather than the accuracy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you should still learn basics, or at least, like, get a grasp of basics. Anatomy, stuff like that. But really, just have fun too. Rules are meant to be broken. I stay within my own comfort zone, even though maybe that doesn't mean I develop my skills in a way that makes me like better at art in a technical sense. But at this point I'm like, I do not care. I mean, I've been to like life drawing classes and stuff like that through university. And I work as a storyboard artist, so I feel like with that, you just kind of have to learn to, or like, be quick with your drawings. You gotta be quick and not too precious about your art. Because as a storyboard artist, your work is going to be shifting a lot of the time, depending on what the director or what the producers or the what's it called? The people who finance things want. You know, your board, which you worked so hard on, could be cut or changed dramatically, and you'll be like, but I spent like a week on this. You gotta just like be like, okay, fine, I get it. Don't get too precious. If you're talking in a sense of like, how am I so talented at streaming? I'm not. Honestly, my streams, at least like the setup and all of the technical stuff is very basic. And that's partly because like I haven't really put in the time to learn how to make streams fancy. But at the same time, like, I don't necessarily need that for myself, I guess. Like, I think there's just something nice about streaming without all the extra aesthetics. Also, just like how I present myself, that's just something you either have naturally or you will you just stream, get used to talking to people, and yeah. I don't know. You think anybody knows what they're doing? I'm sure there are. I'm kind of happy sticking to just doing things for fun. For now. But that's because I'm not financially dependent on streaming. So like things like super chats or Patreon or memberships on YouTube and stuff, like I really appreciate if people want to donate or are able to. Like, I feel really happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you for like enjoying my stuff so much that you wanna like support me and things like that. Like, I feel very, very happy and fulfilled when that happens. But I also like don't take it lightly. Like, you know, I'm like, thank you so much, you know? I realize that money isn't like easily earned. Ow, I just hit my elbow. Ah! I'm okay. Being an artist is dangerous. Ow! I'm okay. Oh no, this is Komahina's bad luck. I've been injured. I'm okay, It's not that bad. I just like hit my elbow on my table as I put my arm down. But let's just blame Komahina for this. I think that's pretty good for Komahina's lines. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I can't remember what I was talking about before I whacked my elbow. So hopefully I finished my sentence. Anyway, I'll move on to the next question. By why he's so smegsy? Thank you very much. I'm glad you think he's smegsy. I'm very proud of myself if you think he is schmegsy. That means my work here is done. By Jing, what characters do you like that aren't from Danganronpa? You mean like in anything? Or do you have a specific... Apart from Danganronpa, my next biggest fave is probably Hatsune Miku. I love Miku. And you're like, but Miku's not even a character. That's not like what I love about Miku. Miku is very cute design-wise. I love her design. But like when it comes to Miku and Vocaloid, I love the sense that it's like a community. You know? Like every piece of music is like someone using Miku because I hope they like Miku. And like people who draw fan art of Miku and like make costumes of Miku and stuff like that. I'm like it's just like without community there is no Miku. You know what I mean? And like it's that kind of sentimental factor that I think has also kept me just being interested in Vocaloid in general. And I would say the same for like Danganronpa. Like if not for me making friends in the community, I think I might not have been able to just like feel so comfortable enjoying it. And maybe at some point I would have moved on. But I haven't. Danganronpa is great. At least the people that I hang out with in this community. Oh, did the stream die? Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it is okay. But yeah, apart from Miku, let me think. Is there any other major character that comes to mind at the moment? Not really. Like, I have characters I like, but Danganronpa and Vocaloid have been like the major constant through a lot of a big majority of my life now. So like they are my number ones. And that's why you'll find me drawing Komahina and Miku. I just think they could be friends. What's that based on? Absolutely nothing. Hee. Drops out sometimes? Yeah, well, it's the best that I can do right now. I'm not even controlling it, so... okay, another question. How long have you been drawing? I guess you've been drawing for a long time. Yeah, I've been drawing since I was a kid. A child. Not to get into the sappy bits, but I was, I didn't have that many friends growing up, you know? So, not to say like, oh, because I drew, I didn't have friends, or something like that. Because I didn't have friends, I guess I had more time to just draw. It wasn't voluntary that I didn't have many friends. Okay, guys? I mentioned it before, but like, I was bullied as a kid. And I feel like as a result of that, I was not very confident growing up. So, I feel like if I have to think about it, that's probably why I am so heavily into the things that occupied my time at the ages that I was growing up. If that makes sense? Because if you're wondering, I got into Danganronpa in 2013. And that was my last year of high school. In case anybody thought I was like a really young person. I'm not an old person, guys, but like I'm not a teen or anything, if anyone didn't know that. I work a job. I'm done with university, like okay, guys? Glad we're on the same page. People be like, why do you like Komahina? I'm like, bruh. He came into my life when I was a teenager. I think if I like, into right now, if I didn't get into Danganronpa in 2013, I think I still would be into Danganronpa, but I don't know if I would be into it this hard. Who knows? Who knows? I think I still would have loved Komahina though. No problem. Aesthetically, he was my type. And then also, he's voiced by Megumi Ogata, and I'm like, dude. Hello? Uh-oh, the dater. It's like, at this point, I'm like, okay, you just like, wait for it. As long as the BGM still plays, I'm just like, I believe in it. I believe in this stream. I believe that it will continue. There's an error. Are you back? Are we back? I don't even know anymore, guys. Maybe I could just ramble on and not realize that you guys are not able to see anything. But yeah, I've been drawing basically my whole life, but that doesn't mean I was like good at it for most of my young life. And certainly did not mean that I have had like my whole life's worth learning digital art. I didn't know what like a drawing tablet was until high school. You know, times are different now. Children have iPads. It's scary stuff. But like, I think that's why there's so many like young artists now who are like so much more skilled at an earlier age. It makes sense. You know, they're growing up with technology that we didn't have. It makes me sound old, but like that's just how fast technology has advanced. How hard is it to get a job in storyboard artist? Okay, how hard is it to get a storyboard artist job? Is that what you mean? Cartoon Crusader? I mean, I can't really say. I only have my own experience to go off, and that was like a irregular pathway. So, and I don't know how it is not in Sydney. You know, like I don't know how it is in America, which I assume is what most people would want to know. Or even Japan, I don't know. But I got in a really weird way. So, at least from my understanding, normally the storyboarding pathway is that you are an animator first. You work in animation, whether it be like in-betweening, cleanup, keyframes, like that kind of thing. Probably not keyframes though. But your first job, usually, I would say, you work as an animator. Oh, the music ran out. You work as an animator in the industry for a bit. And then maybe later on, if you were like, oh, I want to get into the storyboarding, please. They'd be like, okay, how about you try being a revisionist? So what the revisionist does is they get the board and basically they do the notes. So maybe like the director is like, okay, we need to fix this scene because yada yada character is we don't like the composition or is facing the wrong way, or blah blah blah, something is happening and you need to fix it. So a revisionist storyboard artist is kind of like the trainee kind of position, but even then, that's not like forever. Like I've done revisions after storyboarding, which were, well, to me seemed harder than actually boarding. So it's a mix, but usually you won't become a board artist until you are a revisionist first. Let me play something Danganronpa OST as I'm talking. Sure, why not? And then after that, then maybe you jump into the storyboard artist role. But for me, I had a really weird pathway. Because my first job was a storyboard artist position, straight out of uni, which honestly I would not say is the ideal thing to have happened, but I think I was already like interested in storyboarding and stuff like that. Like I knew that's what I wanted to do. Like in university and stuff, whenever we had assignments and stuff, I would always be interested in doing the storyboard portion of the assignment. So They really shouldn't have just thrown me in there. Day one. But that's what happened with me. And I've been storyboarding and doing storyboard revisions ever since. And I enjoy it. I like it. I'm not an animator. Whoops. So, really, like, how do you get a job as a storyboard artist? That's the pathway. But, obviously, there are exceptions sometimes. AKA, I've had one of those weird exceptions. And it was really difficult because, like, they put me on, right? And I was like, I've never used this program before. Okay, this show is actually kind of difficult as well. Okay. Crap. But, I think a lot of, like, animation jobs, you learn on the job a lot of the times. Like, education and stuff, assignments can only, you know, help or teach you so much. And then you get into the industry and you've got to learn on the job. And every project is different, you know? So, yeah. Thankfully, that was insightful, at least for my pathway. Although, you know, like, you never know. As long as you have a portfolio that is focusing on, like, the role that you want to get, and maybe you get a storyboard test or maybe like an animation test or something from the studio before you're hired. Who knows? Maybe your first job will also be straight up just a storyboard artist. Who knows? But I learned a ton on the job, and I was open to learning. So I can only say my own experience. And I'm not like a master storyboarder or anything. I still have like a lot to learn too. I still make storyboarding decisions which probably aren't the best way to board a scene or anything, but you know, it's fine. That's what the directors are for. The directors are there to make decisions. Okay, let me see another question. Do you ever talk about what animations you work on? Not really. I don't even have like an online portfolio for my professional work. Like, I don't really talk about my job on, like, in the sense of what shows I work on, because I mainly work on younger audience shows or films. So, like, you know, I don't think babies and little kids should be on Twitter. But even like professionally, I don't have a professional social media. In that sense, maybe I'm not very ambitious. Like, I don't necessarily seek out contacts or networking, you know what I mean? when it comes to my professional work. But that's, I don't know. It's fine. Like, I don't want to think about work when I'm not at work. And I think it's fine to have that if that's what you want. Like, there are people who, you know, their social media, they talk about the shows that they work on. And it's like that show might have a fandom and they work or they talk with people in the fandom and stuff like that. But I think, like, I don't know, that can get really messy in the sense that I think a lot of behaviors online aren't very kind. In the sense that, like, I think a lot of people don't realize what goes into making animation. And, like, if people have complaints about the story, you know, that might not be the artist's fault. That might not be the writer's fault, even. That might not be the director's fault. It might be what the network wanted, or something like that. The investors, or maybe, like, something happened during production, or you never know. Maybe the studio wasn't doing well, or whatever. You know, like, there's so many things that I think people don't know. And how could they know? You know? Unless you are an artist or a creative or have worked in the industry, like, how are you going to know what might potentially be going on behind the production of shows you enjoy? So yeah. I don't know. I'm like, how do I say this? I kind of think it's nice that my online presence is not connected to my professional presence. You know? Dan, I think I want to do storyboard job again. Yeah! Like, I find it very creatively fulfilling. And maybe someday, not anytime soon, but someday maybe I want to try a director role. I think, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready for it yet. And I'm not sure if I'm even like I have this, I think it would be really cool, right? But, like, what if I'm not the type of person who is cut out to be a director? And I think, like, you know, I won't know unless I try in the future, if there's ever an opportunity. But even if that opportunity never comes, like, I think I can deal with that. But that's all being, like, that I feel like I'm able to say that because at least right now I am employed, you know? If there ever is a time where I struggle to find full-time work or something, like, my outlook would probably be different. I don't ever want, or more like, how do I say this? I'm happy that I can stream and stuff and do what I want online as a hobby, you know? I don't have to think about it in a financial sense because I have a job. If I ever had the opportunity to full-time stream and it was like a reliable source of income, I would love to do that. You know? But I also feel like you're never in control when you're an online creator, I think. Whether it be algorithms or like burnout, overworking yourself, being your own boss, things like that. Like, it's tough work. Anyway, I'm getting really deep and like talking about stuff when I'm drawing Komahina bunnies. Like, isn't that beautiful? I can sit here, talk about like, ooh, adult things to think about, while also drawing, drawing bunny boys. Wow. What program are you using? Where did you first learn to draw? I'm currently using Clip Studio Paint. Not the full version, just the cheaper version. And I first learned to draw on a piece of paper. That's a good answer. Thank you, 3D Print World. James says Bluey. I love Bluey. I think it's really funny to me because I started watching Bluey before it kind of blew up on the internet. Because I was just watching random things on ABC Kids. And then I saw Bluey and I was like, oh, what's Bluey? I've been seeing this a lot. Like the merchandise and everything. So I decided to watch it and I was like, this is so nice. I'm having such a good time watching this show. Oh my god, I wish I could work on this show. And then a while later, it kind of blew up on Twitter and social media, and I'm like, whoa, okay, all these people are talking about Bluey now. Like, it's kind of wild to think that an Australian produced show is like so beloved, and it's like a show for younger audiences but also for like family audiences, and it's like, oh, that's so sweet. That's so nice to know that something so wholesome and like, I don't know, yeah, something so wholesome is like so universally praised. And people are just like, yeah, we're watching this children's show, but like, it's great. And I'm like, I don't know, that kind of inspires me. I'm like, yeah, animation and like nice, kind messages can be really, just really nice for people, you know? Shows can just teach people to be better people. Yeah, I like it. But no, I don't work on Bluey, if that's something that you're curious about. No, I don't work on Bluey. Would love to though. Okay, more questions. Cafe Mocha. Best Among Us crewmate. You mean the color? I'm sorry, are there different kinds of crewmates? I thought there were only different types of imposters. It's been a while since I played Among Us. I would really like to again, though. Different colors. I like using the white one. I like using the white one because it will look like chuu. Either the white one or the dark green one, because the dark green one makes me think of Komahina. So those are my choices. Says, do you the Duolingo bird memes? Do I know the Duolingo bird memes? I guess I know some. Specifics I couldn't tell you. But I think it's fun that like Duolingo is like the mascot, right? Has like memes in the first place. Like it's a language learning application. And connection die? Daijoubu? Oh, we're back. I think we're back. God damn. Anyway, as I was saying, I got into Danganronpa because I was on Tumblr. And there was a lot of fan art being reblogged. And I saw a fan art of Chihiro. And I was like, this is a really cute girl. I wonder what she's from. Read the tag, Danganronpa. What's Danganronpa? Searched it up. Saw that there was a translated forum. Gave that a read. In one weekend, I finished reading the Trigger Happy Havoc translation by Oren Ronan, I believe, on the Something Awful forum. And I did this on the weekend before I had a assignment due. So I did my assignment Sunday night. Handed it in Monday. And I've been stuck in the Danganronpa fandom ever since. It's funny to me because I feel like I had like multiple waves of Danganronpa through my life. Or through being in the fandom. Because like the first wave was that Tumblr wave, right? And then I got really into it. And that was probably when the Danganronpa anime was also airing. I remember I was still on Tumblr at that time. But then I think like after a while, there was not really much Danganronpa stuff happening. The only thing was maybe like Ultra Despair Girls. And that was not coming out in English for a while. So I think at one point I kind of dropped off Danganronpa because all my like Danganronpa artist mutual friends at the time, they kind of moved on. And I was like, oh, I guess nobody wants to talk about Danganronpa anymore. And I remember clearly after Danganronpa, I tried to, or I did get into like Yo Mushi Pedal because a lot of my Danganronpa mutual artists got into Yo Mushi Pedal. So I was like, oh, I'll join you guys, yeah. And it was fun, but when I think back to it, I'm like, was it even good? I don't know if I was really like emotionally invested into Yowamushi Pedal, gotta say. But I was there because my Danganronpa mutual artist friends were there, and I didn't want to be alone. At that point, I was already using Twitter. And then what happened? I feel like, and then V3 happened. If I'm not... No. Oh, the DR3 anime. Duh. The DR3 anime. I remember the DR3 anime was airing when I was in university. And I would stay up. I would stay up to watch the live broadcast of the anime. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited! DR3! Honestly, I should have watched Aquar instead. I should have watched Love Live instead. I say that, but nah, I still would have watched the Danganronpa 3 anime. Danganronpa 3 anime disappointed me because as a, I would say as a longtime fan, I had many expectations or like my own thoughts about how the Super Danganronpa 2 cast became Despair, and then seeing like what they did that became canon kind of was like, oh my god. what is this? So, you know, it was disappointing in that sense that I think there were a lot of missed opportunities to make it feel more impactful and not just brainwashing. So, you know. The future arc was okay. The thing is, like, it's okay, but I don't think I would... I don't feel like I ever need to rewatch it. You know? Because, like Munakata is, like... Spoilers, by the way. Munakata is, like, the only new character, apart from Mitarai, who gets to live. And it's kind of like... okay. You know, like, it's not to say that I wasn't excited about the show. I was so excited. Like I said, I was watching it as it aired. And, like, I screamed when I saw Komahina's naked ass on this live stream. I was like, what? What the heck is this? Huh? Komahina shower scene? It's just like the Naegi shower scene they added into the Danganronpa anime. They showed his ass on TV. But, like, to me, the Danganronpa 3 version of the Super Danganronpa 2 characters don't feel like themselves. And, like, you know, the only ones that maybe I enjoyed were, like, Imposter. Because I was like, oh my god, this is actually really cool for Imposter. We're getting, like, more info about Imposter and, like, seeing him have, like, a friendship with Mitarai, who at the time I was like, this is so funny. He looks so tired, and as an animation student, I understand. This is so accurate. And then seeing, like, him get along with, like, Mikan to help, like, hide the secret and take care of, like, Mitarai, I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. Like, who would have thought that they would spend time to develop Imposter out of all the characters? Imposter. And then everything else is kind of like, okay. Like I said, like, you can only do so much in an anime compared to a visual novel you know, because of time. But it just felt like a shame what they made canon, and also how little time they could spend on seemingly important events. Like, the whole, like, Twilight Syndrome murder case thingy-majiggy, I was really looking forward to that, because I was like, okay, how are Mahiru and Kuzuru and Peko and all of that, like, how are they gonna be, like, still be classmates and friends or whatever after that incident? Because, like, clearly in Danganronpa 2, like, Kuzuru confronts or, like, sees that it's Mahiru's photos and stuff like that, and that's why he ends up killing Sato and stuff, right? So I'm like, how does, like, oh, this is how they became despairs. This was like the catalyst or something. And then it's like, no, it's not. That doesn't even matter, actually. Wait, what? Oh, you thought that was really important? Nuh-uh. It's not really important at all, is it? So, I don't know. As a long time Danganronpa fan at that point, DR3 felt very disappointing. And, like, at the time, I was kind of, like, annoyed by the fact that, like, the dub cast also didn't feel like it took the anime seriously. Because it just gave me the impression that, like, you shouldn't take this anime seriously. But now, if I go back and hear the dub, I'm like, yeah, this is funny. This is funny to laugh at, you know? But, like, I wish I didn't have to feel that way. I wish that the DR3 anime was good and, like, satisfying. But, you know, I think a lot of people don't have, like, as strong of an opinion, or it's like, yeah, the anime was fun. So, like, I don't know why people don't like it, or stuff like that. Or maybe people are the same way, and it's like, I really didn't like it. So, I don't know. Just, I don't mind if you enjoyed it. Like, I think there are parts of it which I really enjoyed too. Like, I thought all the Kirigiri and Naegi moments were really great. I loved that. As a Naegiri fan, I loved that. You know, that scene where she takes off her glove and, like, holds his hand and, like, it's literally, like, she sacrifices herself because, like, it felt like, oh, you know what this kind of reminds me of? This reminds me of Danganronpa when, like Naegi, like, kind of unwillingly, but, like, sacrificed himself to protect her, and, like, now it's come to a point where she trusts him enough, like, they've become such a close pair that, like, she would also, like, sacrifice herself for him, and I'm like, oh my god. My Naegiri heart. My Naegiri heart. And then she doesn't die, but, like, it, like, again, they faked her death how many times? 3 times? They faked her death 3 times, I think. Or at least twice. I forgot. Or she almost dies at least 3 times. I can't remember. It's been a while. But I'm like, you know, they couldn't kill off any of the Super Danganronpa. I mean, they couldn't kill anyone off from Trigger Happy Havoc. Like, Aoi, her fake death, Kirigiri's death, and then she's not dead. And like all of that stuff. And you're just kind of like, upon a rewatching, you're like, this is not impactful at all. But like the part where like Nike's like crying and like fighting Munakata kind of, and he's like, you know, even if she was despair, I'm glad that I met her and everything. And I'm just like, boo-hoo, because I'm like, oh, Nigiri. Anyway, whatever. DR3 is a thing. And like, you know, that got me back into Danganronpa, but I think I was also like, like, damn it. And then V3 happened, and I was like, woo, I'm gonna play my first Danganronpa game. And that took me like 2 years to get through because I started working. Like, okay, so for a timeline, V3 came out just as I was finishing university. And I was like, I'm so excited. I'm gonna play V3. I'm gonna have like this great break after I finish my university, and I'm gonna play V3. And a week or something, I think it was like a week after I finished university, I started working. And as someone who doesn't really game, that just meant I was really slow. I was really slow at playing V3. But I did pretty well, like, I think, avoiding spoilers and stuff. Anyway, after V3, and everything, I think there was another period of time where I didn't really talk about Danganronpa as much anymore. And then the 10th anniversary happened, and I was like, oh my god. Suddenly, I talk about Danganronpa daily again. And it's been like that ever since the 10th anniversary. Thanks, 10th anniversary. Hee hee hee. Anyway, that was a really long answer for how I got into Danganronpa, but I hope that was informative. Cafe Mocha, how did you come up with the design for Chuu? You mean My Little Sona? Okay, so that's another story. But so who here remembers the Komahina thing? Who was here for that? Because at that time, before Komahina, I didn't have a Sona. I didn't have a Sona. I don't know if I can. No, I don't. I don't have it. I don't have it here right now. But I used an OC design of mine as like an avatar for streaming. That's why if you go back and actually watch the Komahina PowerPoint video thingamajiggy, it's not Chuu, it's Biwi, who is my OC. Anyway, I decided that at some point I was like, I want a character that represents me, like that is me, you know? Because I don't want to use my other OC designs to represent myself when I feel like they have their own personality, and I don't want people thinking this character is me. So, after the Komahina thing happened, that same month, I designed Chuu. I can probably find the original picture. Cactus key. Chuu. Here we go. This was my first drawing of Chuu. And I'm so happy. I really like the design I came up with. She has a bunch of like aesthetics that I like to draw in designs, like the asymmetrical hair, choppy hair. She's got an ahoge because Danganronpa. She's a rat because, you know, rats are cool. I wanted to be a rat girl, you know. She has a very simple outfit because at the time, I was like, okay, you know, VTubers and stuff, they have such complicated outfits. I hate spending time on art. So I was like, I want something that's easy to draw, not only for me, but if anyone ever wants to draw this character, I want it so that it's very easy. It's so easy to draw this character, at least their clothes. And then the like identifiable factors and stuff like that are in the head, like the hair, the ears, the face, the hair clips and everything. Like that's the more complicated bit. And then the outfit is easy to draw and you don't have to spend a lot of time drawing it. So that was kind of my design philosophy for Chuu. She's just a bunch of aesthetics that I really enjoy, colors that I like, and then you know, she's got an hoge and she's got really easy to draw clothes. Yeah. So I hope that that kind of explains how I designed Chuu. And I also realized once again I ran out of music. I ran out of music to listen to, so let's just play a long playlist. Another question. When did you first play Danganronpa? Also, I really love your content and art. Thank you, Oliver. So again, like I explained earlier, I didn't play Danganronpa. Technically, I've never finished playing Trigger Happy Havoc or Super Danganronpa 2. Like, the only Danganronpa game I have played is V3. Yeah. So, at some point, I think it would be really fun to be able to stream the Danganronpa games from the perspective of someone who already knows everything. Because I feel like a lot of people just stream it like the blind reaction, and like that's fun. You know, I wish I could give people that experience of like my first reaction to Danganronpa, because you guys would have laughed your asses off at how quickly I became obsessed with Komahina, I think. At least I think I would have laughed my ass off if I rewatched that, if that was my first experience. But to the people who did follow my V3 playthrough, it wasn't even like a full playthrough, because I tried to stream chapter 1 and then I didn't stream anything else, I think, except for chapter 6. That's how I remember it. I can't remember if that's accurate or not. So if I ever have the opportunity to, I would love to replay, or not replay, but play for the first time, kind of. I would love to play Danganronpa for the first time from the perspective of someone who already knows everything. I think it could be fun. It could be fun to like experience the game as a game for the first time. You know what I mean? Because the only reason I know what Danganronpa looks like as a game is because of Let's Plays. So I've also said this before, like things like the funhouse in Super Danganronpa 2 confused me so much. I didn't know what was going on because I was just reading text and images, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? I don't understand what this building is. But also at the same time, my first experience of Super Danganronpa 2, I was like skim reading. I probably didn't absorb a lot of information, but one thing I did absorb was Nagito Komahina. He was like the only thing I focused on. Okay, I think I'm like pretty good to just go on to color now. We're gonna like speed color this, okay guys? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna grab some colors from other artwork of mine. I'm gonna open up the Miku and Komahina picture that I drew. Don't mind me stealing colors from my own artwork. Okay. Let me see if there were any more questions. The V3 streams are fun. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I think it's really cool that you still remember some of them. Like, and I was streaming through Twitter. It wasn't through YouTube or Twitch. It was through Twitter. And I was like holding my phone up to record because I was playing on my PS Vita. Such a like, I don't know. It's kind of charming, but it was a terrible setup. And at times the phone would fall down and I'm like, oh crap. Cause I was like resting it on my tape holder or something. You know, I didn't have a budget. And now look at me. Oh, I'm a streamer. What else was there? I watched them on YouTube, already played the games, spoiled them thanks to social media. Yeah, surprisingly, I didn't spoil myself, even though it took me a long time to complete V3. So I think I did good. What do you think about the V3 ending? I liked it. I liked it. But I don't like the epilogue. Like, I get why it's open-ended, but I'm also like, you know, you put me through this whole experience, told me Danganronpa isn't real. I've accepted this as fact now, and now you're telling me, oh, but it might be real. What if Tsumugi was lying? Yeesh. Time to sleep soon. Oh, thank you. Oh. My sister is going to wake me up tomorrow with like my little with my little bell. So I can get up in time for Snow's interview. Good night. But yeah. What were we talking about? V3? Something about V3. Oh right, the end reveal at the end is like, whoa, he lied. It was connected. You're telling me like Danganronpa isn't real? But I would just like to exist in a universe where Danganronpa 1, Trigger Happy Havoc, and Super Danganronpa 2 are like real stories in their universe. And like, you know why? Because for many years of my life, that is what it was. And it's fine. It's fine to think of it that way. Whether you think they're the same universe or different universes, doesn't really matter. I think it's interesting that it's like, you know, Kodaka wanted V3 to be like his departure from Danganronpa. You know what I mean? Like, when I think about it creatively, it must be kind of pressuring to think like your fans only want one thing from you. Like creatively, career and everything wise, yes, Danganronpa is successful, but I'm glad to see that Kodaka and his team are moving on to new projects. And though they may not reach the heights or the same kind of like success maybe as Danganronpa, I think that has value, that Kodaka isn't just gonna make Danganronpa games for the rest of his life. You know what? Like, that's good. Good for him. That's right, it's gonna be future Hinata. And I liked the thing of like, you know, the message that's like, you know, even if it's not real, it still made you feel. And I think that's like, that's a good way to look at fiction. Like there, you can be a big fan and escape to it, like escapism and stuff like that. You can obsess over it. But at the end of the day, there are other things in life as well that should be important to you. And it's okay if you move on from things that were special to you, I think. Doesn't stop you from loving the things, but you know, I think it's also good to not let things you love in media and stuff be the only thing you care about in life. But you know what? I'm gonna be a grandma someday. I'm gonna be a grandma. I'm still gonna think about Komahina. I'm gonna be like, alright, listen here, child. This is a Nagito Komahina figure. I bought it when I was a young person. And now I'm passing it down to you. Keep my Nagito Komahina figure safe, or I will haunt you when I'm gone. They'll be like, who's this? And it's like, that was my husband. Who's Hatsune Miku? Excuse me, Queen. I hope Hatsune Miku is still relevant. Miku forever, Komahina forever. My future generation will be like, oh my god, Grandma Khee was so cringe, and I'll be like, yeah. I bet you're cringe too. Yeah, my genetics after all. Well, that's to say if I even have... I wanted to say offspring. That sounds so bad. Unfortunately, I am single right now. Ha ha ha. Be like, so pathetic. drawing her Komahinas. She's single too, like damn. I was just like, whatever. Anyway, I think it's fun to not take things too seriously, you know? If you don't have to. I saw a question. Someone said, "Am I gonna play Your Turn to Die a bit earlier?" I think I'm gonna wait until the game is fully released and finished before I stream it. I still need to finish my AI Somnium Files Let's Play. For one. And two, this year, I'm hopeful that I'm gonna play the what's it called? Process of Elimination game. The one that has the character that looks like Shuichi. Let me get a picture. Cause that comes out in April. Comes out in April. And I would like to play it for streams. Let me see if I can get this picture. Yeah. This one. A Shuichi looking guy. I want to play this game on streams for this channel. So hope you guys will look forward to that in April. But again, with any game that I play, I would recommend people play it themselves for the first experience, and then come back to my stream afterwards. Because as someone who streams or like will make let's plays or whatever, like the rate that they go through the game will obviously be slower than someone who's just playing it by themselves without an audience. But I think that's nice. Like, I don't want to take away anyone's first experience of a piece of media unless that's like the only way they want to consume it. Like, if they have no interest in playing the game for themselves, then I hope that if you choose to watch my playthrough, you can still have a fun experience with it. Apart from Process of Elimination, I'm also interested in playing Raincode when it comes out this year. Okay, I'm going to speed through Komahida's colors and then go to bed. But hopefully tomorrow morning, the stream with Snow will be okay. And I don't have to reschedule it again, and we can do it. Because we did do a little bit of the questions in the first time we tried it, me and Snow have already said that we're probably gonna skip the questions that we went through, just so we actually like get a move on. But you wouldn't have missed much, I think. You wouldn't have missed too much if you didn't watch the first one. We didn't like talk about Peg or anything at all. Peg, by the way, being Project Eden's Garden. Sorry if that was like, what the heck is peg? Is Kay talking about pegging? No, I'm not talking about pegging. Project Eden's Garden. Actually, I'm really grateful that people have been open to me wanting to interview them. I kind of do want to keep it as a monthly thing, but that does mean I could only interview 12 people in a year. But the people that I have asked and have said like, yes, I really appreciate that they trusted me to in the sense that like I asked them before I even did my first episode. So it's like quite a lot of them were like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm just like, thanks for believing in me. Like doing the interviews was something that I wanted to challenge myself to try this year as a way of being kind of like an excuse to be able to talk and hang out with people and spend more time with people in like a fun but also like informative way. Cause like one thing I feel kind of sad about from like my Danganronpa experience in the fandom, right? Is like those first Danganronpa art mutuals that I had back in the Tumblr days and stuff. Like we don't really talk anymore because they've moved on, you know? They aren't still obsessed with Danganronpa like I am. So, in a way, having experiences with people in a recorded format, it's like fun, but also like it's meaningful to me because I feel like in the future, if I lose contact with these people, you know, because of life or any reason really, it'll be like a nice little memory. It'll be a fun thing that we did together at the time, and people move on with their lives. But it's fun in the moment, and so I think it's meaningful to me that I put myself out there, you know, to make memories with the people I care about. I hope that's like a nice reason. But also I just like hanging out with people. It's nice. It's nice to spend time with people. Also, I'm making this gray, but I'll probably change the color later. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, but yes, Raincode. I would love to play Raincode. From the trailers that I've seen, I'm really interested in Shinigami. She gives me like show vibes. So like genocide show vibes, and I really liked Toko and Sho in Ultra Despair Girls. So, you know, more kooky, fun characters like that. I like it. I've already drawn fan art of Shinigami, and I mean Yuma, the protagonist, he just looks like Kirigiri and Naigi's child. So like already I'm like, I find him already endearing. But I'm trying not to read too much info about it because I want to go in as blind as possible. So I haven't really watched like the later trailers, but I did take a look at like the artwork of the characters, or some of them. A Danganronpa cameo. I'm sure there. Well, maybe not a cameo, but there's definitely going to be references. Like, for sure, there's going to be a reference in there. And maybe not just one. Anyway, these are just base colors right now, so don't think it's ugly. Or maybe you could think it's ugly. And maybe I should have picked a better base color. But, you know, like, I've been thinking about, like, what my goal is for streaming and everything. And I don't really have any, like, big ambitions. Like, I don't even really consider myself, like, a VTuber in the sense of, like, what people expect a VTuber to be nowadays, I think. I kind of just am a person who streams for fun. And if people want to help me financially, support me in any capacity, I'm happy. But for me, while I'm financially stable in the sense that I have a job outside of this, I'm just happy to be able to spend time with people. And if people enjoy what I do, then that's great. But in general, I just hope people enjoy my streams if they decide to check it out. You know, time is valuable. So I hope if you decided to spend some time with me today, it's been a pleasant time together. Ooh, spoilers though. So you know my interviews, right? It won't just be Danganronpa related guests. If it's not obvious. I am also part of the Vocaloid community. So if you see a Vocaloid related guest, I hope you'll be interested in that as well. Kimikush asks, I don't know if you have time, but do you watch any anime at the moment? Currently, no. The last anime I watched in full was Akiba Maid Wars, and that was fun. That was a fun show. But I don't know. Lately I haven't spent time watching anime. Like, I haven't watched Chainsaw Man. I know, what a shocker. But like, I think I'll watch it if it's on Netflix. I don't know, it's like convenient to watch stuff there. So I've actually been just like slowly watching Kuroko no Basuke. And I just laugh. I have a good time watching it because I'm like, I don't have to like take it very seriously. It's just fun. I think there's a lot of anime nowadays, which is like, how do I say? It's being made, but like, does it really matter? Is it really like, I don't know. Is it worth watching? There's just a lot of like, not just anime, you know, shows in general. There are shows that exist, but like, are they good? I don't know. Anyway, anime is fun. I still enjoy anime. But there's like things in anime you just kind of be like, ugh. Cute. I think we can call it done for tonight. I'll probably make some adjustments later. That will be not public. Not public for the time being. Only patrons will be able to see before I release it. So hey, if you wanna support me on Patreon, why not support me when the March term starts? Because it's almost the end of February, and if you support right now, you're gonna have to pay again when March starts. Other than that, I hope that you'll be interested in purchasing the zine when it releases. Expected release date, Easter this year. Being like, you know, Easter rabbit and whatever, seemed like a fitting time to schedule a date. I'll just quickly do some line coloring and then we'll get ready to say goodnight for today. So any last minute questions, get them in. And then I will say goodbye. And thank you for watching the stream. I hope it was like a chill experience. I try not to be too loud because it is getting close to midnight. And I do have to wake up early tomorrow. Which execution did you think was the best? I mean, I really like Kaide's. I like Leon's. I like Chiaki's, but like they're the like more spectacular ones, right? I can tell you which ones I don't like. I don't like Mikan's. I don't like Gonta's. I don't like Gundam's. Yeah. I think that's the ones I don't like. Oh, I like Pecco's. Pecco's one, like, hurts. Because it's like the one execution where someone tries to stop it. Like, okay, Gonta's one, I'm like, you know, I don't understand why it's like a Western film setting for Gonta. And then you got that like whole awkward monophony pregnancy thing. The only part I like about that execution is the fact that 2 monocubs die. I think like Danganronpa 2, not all of the executions were written by Kodaka. I think there might have been someone else who wrote the scenarios for them. But the reason I don't like Tsumiki's is it's just kind of like, I remember when I watched it for the first time, I was just kind of like, what? What was that? And it's not like no one has shot into space before, but like I was also kind of like, wait, that's it? She went to space? That's it? You know? I think because up to that point, every other execution before this has been quite detailed and like interesting in a way. So like when you get to Mikan's, it's like the first one, at least to me, that feels just kind of like meh. And like I was also like, you know, it's like hospital. It's a hospital bed and a needle in the arm shooting off to space. But I'm like, it didn't feel like it was a nurse execution. I don't know, but that's just me. And then Gundam's one. I will admit, like the first time I went through Danganronpa 2, right? I didn't know what a chunibyo was. Like I'd never experienced a chunibyo character before. So I didn't know what Gundam was doing. Like I was like, I don't think I understood Gundam's character at all. Cause now I think he's really cool and interesting and fun. But back then, like my first experience, Gundam wasn't like even a character I really acknowledged. And then you watch his execution and it's like, okay, first, yes, he saved his devas, but then he's like not tied down or anything. Like, he's just standing there drawing his magic circle. And then he gets run over, and I'm like, he couldn't have moved out of the way? Like, but then at the end, you know, like the little animals come down and take him to heaven and whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of sweet. But I'm also like, wait, that's it? You know, like, I guess I was expecting something a bit more bombastic for him, given his personality. But it was just kind of like, get run over. So I was like, oh, okay. And that makes it sound like terrible, right? You're like, oh, they died so boringly. Like, out of context, that sounds horrible. But you know, it's Danganronpa. That's, the executions are like part of the appeal. Like, they're the thing you kind of end up looking forward to after trial. Or dreading after a trial, you know? So, like, you kind of expect them to be something that, like, sticks with you. Has that really big emotional impact. But those were just kind of like, meh. So I was also kind of just like, oh, Anyway, I think I'm done for today. There will be fixes to this. This is not the final artwork for the page in the zine. So if you are interested in seeing the final artwork, once again, I hope you guys will be interested in purchasing the zine when it releases in April. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Or you can support me on Patreon, probably in the March term, to see what this artwork will look like. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into the stream. I know we had some connection issues, but that really can't be helped at this point. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, seeing a little preview of the zine, and one of the bonus pages to come. And yeah, I hope that if you didn't know about the zine, you will now be interested in it. And otherwise, I guess I just hope you enjoyed the stream. It was nice. So yeah, I'm gonna head to bed now. And hopefully tomorrow morning the interview with Snow goes awesome. So I hope you guys will be able to check that out as well. If not live, then the VOD. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for today. Thank you so much for, you know, spending time with me, accompanying me as I did this drawing. And I'll see you guys another time. So yeah, take care everyone, and good night.